Holy shit, this game was fun. Portal. Everyone knows Portal, except for those who don't. We don't talk about those people. I just recently got it on my Xbox One, and I beat it in about, I'd say, 3 to 5 hours, and it was a blast all the way through. In this video, I want to give my honest opinion on a game that's barely relative anymore, and spend multiple days editing this video with the knowledge it will gain barely any views anyways. This review has spoilers for the story of Portal 1. I do highly suggest you go play that first and watch this video after. Anyways, on to the review. Story! I luckily didn't know that much about the story of Portal other than the main antagonist is a scary AI named GLaDOS. Because come on, she's like one of the most recognizable video game villains of all time. I never knew how well they transitioned her from just being a tutorial program walking the test subjects through the spooky test chambers to an evil AI with the intention of killing you. It starts off with you in a room with almost no information on the character you play as. The only information you really get from the dialogue is that you are a test subject of Aperture Laboratories that must go through the trials with one of the most well-known items in video game history, the Portal Gun. As you go through these trials with the promise of cake at the end, you find these small rooms behind the panels with crude drawings on the walls. That shows us the facility is not as calm as it seems. One of the most popular sentences in these rooms? The cake is a lie. GLaDOS shows her true colors at the end, and you make your way to the chamber where GLaDOS is, where you finally defeat her, once and for all. Well, until the next game, of course. Because death doesn't mean anything in fiction. I mean, they did do it kind of good, you know, the story, but oh, I never heard of an evil AI that hates everything that lives before. Oh no. It's time for fucking gameplay, motherfuckers. The gameplay is...
Look right, Portal got mixed up!
I don't care! No one gives a shit!
It makes sense! Science doesn't make any sense!
No, I don't care! Go back to the basement!
No! You can't make me go back! You can't make me go back!
Go!
No! Please!
Yeah, go!
Piece of shit. Okay, so the gameplay is pretty cool. I personally thought that the idea of the portal gun was done really well, and the controls felt pretty comfortable too. Although, I think some of the test chambers were far too easy. I mean, I understand the reason to have easy ones early on because, after all, the player needs to know what they're doing. But in the later test chambers, it still felt a bit too easy. My favorite puzzles were the momentum-based ones. I mean, come on. How could you not enjoy slingshotting yourself across the room? However, I thought the GLaDOS boss fight was pretty stale. I mean, oh, I never heard about having to redirect your attack into your boss because that's a totally original idea. However, after a friend, that bastard in the basement, told me that this game was made in two years by 10 people. Also, it turns out there's a bunch of different ways you can go through portal test chambers. And I've seen some pretty crazy stuff.
Okay, now this is an interesting looking room.
Please place the weighted storage cube on the 1500 megawatt Aperture Science heavy duty super colliding super button.
Okay. So, and if I step off, that's obviously no bueno.
Conclusion. I can only put this game into 5 words. It was fun, but short. I really wish they had the time and resources to make it longer. I mean, the total amount of test chambers in this game was only 20. 20! And like, the first few ones were like, oh wow, ha ha ha, 1 Cuban butt, I wonder how many hours it'll take for the player to do this. Whoa! I feel like, I mean, if they did have the time and resources, that they should have put the 20 test chambers after you get the dual portal. But damn those time constraints and lack of resources. Despite the short time it took me to beat this game, I still had a lot of fun with the puzzles, gameplay, and story. I give Portal a 4 out of 5.